So between poultry farming and real estate, which one is more profitable and which one will make you a lot of money in the end? In this video, you'll be able to understand my views. I'll be able to highlight everything that I know in the sector. I've also been in the real estate sector because I have relatives who are in the real estate sector. So I have to be able to tell you the investment because I was able to consult, and I will be able to tell you the initial investment, for example, for a certain structure, and what is the output, and what time will it take for you to be able to recoup your investment. So should you be able to invest in the real estate, or should you be able to invest in poultry farming? In this world, so many things may get away from you, or the many chances may get away from you because you don't have the right knowledge. So you may have a lot of money, and this goes to most of the people that maybe you are in diaspora and you want to come back and retire here, back home here in Kenya, and you want to be able to invest your money properly, so as it can be able to give you something in the end. Not just you living in the diaspora and then coming back and not knowing how you'll be able to invest your money properly. You don't want just to become an ordinary businessman, or you can decide to become a real entrepreneur. There's a very big difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman. An entrepreneur or a businessman, let me start with a businessman. A businessman is a person who goes to farms. For example, we are in the business of selling watermelon. As a businessman, I can decide to go and buy watermelons from a farmer. Then I come, then I put them on the market, I sell them as whole as they are. But for an entrepreneur, I will go and I will be able to buy the watermelon from the farmer. I'll bring it to the market. I'll process it to make juice. For every watermelon, I can be able to make over 10 cups of juice, and each juice can be 50 Kenyan shillings. But for a businessman, if he or she has bought watermelon for 50 shillings, he will come there up to the market center and sell the watermelon at 100 Kenyan shillings. So do you want to become a businessman or a business lady, or do you want to become an entrepreneur? So those are the two different ways, because when you're an entrepreneur, you'll be able to generate more revenue because you'll know how you'll be able to stand out from the rest of the people. That's why I usually practice breeding poultry farming. So I have the entrepreneurial skills, which is so different from a businessman. There are so many businessmen here in Kenya, whereby they can decide, they can purchase chicks from another company, then they can decide to resell them, only getting 10 Kenyan shillings. And that is a very big difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman. An entrepreneur wants to be able to take risks, but a businessman avoids risk at all the costs. Why am I using that as an example? In poultry farming, it is a high risk business, but you decide to do the real estate business. The real estate business is not a high risk business. The real estate business is a low risk business. But for every kind of low risk business is that you'll find out that you are getting smaller margins. And that's why I want to put an example here. And I want to put examples with an amount of 30 million Kenyan shillings. So if you have 30 million Kenyan shillings and you have worked abroad for years and you want to come back and invest in your country, so as you may have a retiring plan, so what is the best way for you to be able to invest that kind of money? Okay, so if you have 30 million Kenyan shillings, you can decide to put up an apartment. If you invest 30 million Kenyan shillings in putting up an apartment, you'll be able to generate an approximately, let's say 10% of that. 10% really? No. 1%. Is it 1%? Yes. 1% as rental income per month. So 1% of 30 million is 300,000 Kenyan shillings that you'll be able to generate per month from the real estate. That is if you have constructed a flat. That is it. for an estimated value of around 30 million, you'll be able to get around 1% revenue from that venture. Meaning, if you are able to do your math properly, you'll end up finding out that you'll end up taking you between 7 to 10 years before you recoup your investment. Remember, you're not earning any profits. You are recouping your investment. And your real estate venture, your house is getting outdated day in, day out. You have to be able to remember that. Your real estate venture is getting old and getting outdated. The next coming 10 years, the rent that you'll be collecting may change, since you may end up finding out that there will be new high-rates that may come up in your area, and they will offer better rates. So, for example, if you are doing the real estate business and you have invested a lot of money in that venture, and you end up realizing that you are not making enough profits because, you know, after you have invested that 30 million and you are getting only 1%, it will take you, I've said, between 7 to 10 years before you recoup your investment. And other high raises are coming out in your area. This will lead you to get lower revenues, and more people usually prefer more new houses to older houses. So you'll find out that most people will be moving to those newer houses. Until those newer houses are full is when they will be able to get into your house. So what am I saying here? If you invest that 30 million Kenyan shillings into the poultry farming business, okay, I've said I'm taking these things because I have relatives who are in the real estate business, so I understand what I'm talking about. So if you invest 30 million in poultry farming sector and you decide to rear the layers, okay, that is a low risk business compared to what I'm doing. If you decide to rear the layers, you'll end up finding out that you'll be able to rear 20,000 layers up to the point of lay. I've set aside the 10 million for the purposes of the purchase of land, the construction of the poultry house, and other things that may be needed on that poultry farm before the poultry farm can be able to work properly and you feeding the chicken comfortably up to the point of lay. Buying of cages, all those things, drilling a borehole, setting up a very tall water tower stand, all those things is what I'm talking about in this video. If you have 30 million and you have invested that 30 million in poultry farming business, I want to tell you, it will take you an approximate of 13 months before you recoup your investment. But you have seen in the real estate, you are taking up to 7 to 10 years or even more to recoup your investment, depending with the economy. Okay? So if you have reared these layers up to the point of lay, whereby they have started laying, you have reared the 20,000 layers up to the point of lay. You have used the right people who can be able to rear those chicken up to the point of lay. They have reached the point of lay. Let's say 18,000 of those 20,000 chicken are laying. Those are 18,000 eggs in a single day. You decide that you'll be able to sell a crate of eggs at 350 Kenyan shillings. You'll end up finding out that that is around 210,000 Kenyan shillings. According to my calculations, out of the 20,000 bars, you'll end up finding out that they will consume around 48 bags in one single day. So if they're consuming 48 bags in one single day, you take that 48 bags times 32.50. That is the cost of layers mash. That is per day. Then you'll end up finding out that is around 156,000. So that around 156,000 there, then you add some labor and other things. Let's put at 160. So it is 160,000 on the cost of input per day. But if you have sold all your eggs at the end of the year, let's not only look in the Kenyan market. You can be able to export your eggs up to outside countries like Uganda or even Tanzania. It's not a must that you'll be able to sell your eggs only in Kenya, but the market in Kenya is so big. Like the population of Nairobi is 4 million. So all those people, most of them need eggs, and most of these cities. So what am I saying here? So if you are able to do that, then you'll end up finding out that your profit per day will be between 45,000 to 50,000 Kenyan shillings in a single day. Okay? So meaning that in 6 days or in a week, can I just say in a week, you'll be getting money that that person who invested 30 million in a rental apartment will be getting in 1 month. So in a month, you'll be making up to 1.5 million Kenyan shillings in 1 month if you have reared 20,000 layers. Okay, so if you have reared 20,000 layers, will make up to 1.5 million in a single month. Okay, so you can just do your math. That is profit, pure profit. Okay, so you have invested, you know, the initial investment you have said is 30 million flat, but I've just put a rough estimate of 30 million, but you will have money remaining. Okay, but you are making 1.5, 5 times of what that person in real estate is making. So if you do it over the 10 years, this other guy who will be doing real estate, do you know that at the end of the day you would have made, because you know the multiplier effect, in the long run you'll end up making, because of inflation, you'll end up making almost 9 to 10 times the amount of money that the person in real estate would have made. And me as a businessman, I know one thing: cash flow is king. And in poultry farming, as the market gets bigger, you are flexible. You can decide to adjust and put that money in other ventures. Okay? But if it is real estate, if you have constructed this building worth 30 million Kenyan shillings, how will you be able to expand your cash flow? For example, you can only increase a rent to a particular point depending with the area. Because, as I said, more new apartments will be coming up and they will be offering better rates than you. So if someone says, I'm getting too much for too less, why would they stick in your apartment? That's why I'm saying, if you're doing poultry farming and you are a businessman or you want to become an entrepreneur, poultry farming is the way, instead of you doing the real estate. Real estate may seem fancy, but are you really getting a lot of money out of the venture? As I've said, the 30 million investment, you're only getting 300,000 per month. In a year, you're getting only 3.6 million. That person is getting that in 2 months. So, in a period of 10 years, how will you be able to compare yourself with that kind of a person? If you're doing poultry farming, this year you can decide, I've kept 20,000, next year I put 10,000, or maybe I can add up to 30,000. You can be able to expand your cash flow. You can decide if you expand your number of chicken, then you'll end up expanding your cash flow. You may end up getting 2.2 million or even 3 million as profit. You can just decide I add some 2 poultry houses, which may cost you like only 3 million, which is a profit of only 2 months. Okay? Then you'll be able to generate a lot of revenues faster. But if it is a concrete jungle, something that you have just constructed, how will you be able to generate lots of money out of that venture? It may seem fancy, but it depends with your goals in life. Do you want to become a billionaire, or do you want to stay as a millionaire? Because if you have constructed such a house, a rental apartment, that means that it will be so hard for you to be able even to reach the millionaire point, because it will take you a lot of time before you recoup your investment. Maybe if you decide to do the mortgage whereby they can construct for you the rental apartments, if they construct for you the rental apartments, then maybe you'll have increased your base of, can I say, your net worth, but your cash flow will be still very, very low. You can liquidate your assets long time, but how long will it take for you to pay that mortgage loan? I usually see they are between 15 to 30 years. You'll die of old age before you enjoy the fruits of your labor. So if you want to do things passively, remember, passive income is slow risk and it has less margins. Let's do things actively and make a lot of money in the sector. So it's upon you to decide. So will you decide to do poultry farming, or will you decide to do the real estate venture? So guys, let's feed Africa. The actuary farms. I'm still taking orders of day-old chicks that I'll be able to produce each week. I usually produce chicks around 4,000 each week. So guys, make sure you give us a call so as I can be able to supply to you. We supply countrywide. And I also offer consultation services. And in case, as you as a farmer, you want such a poultry structure, I can give you some knowledge on the basics about it. And I also can be able to construct for you such a poultry house, or way better poultry houses than this, because when you're doing something you keep on learning, and we have learned through experience when you're constructing this poultry house. So when we do the next project, we'll be more fancier. I've done construction of many poultry houses, from the initial poultry house that I showed you a long time ago up to this one and other many poultry houses. So don't be left behind. So if you have that 30 million, make sure that you do the right investment. And if you don't know the marketing point of it, you can employ people. That 30 million shillings is a lot of money. You can employ people, the marketers who can be able to sell your product. Then you can grow a company that can be hereditary, generational wealth. Yes, you are retiring from the US around 55, 60 years. You can just do it like 5 to 10 years, then you can leave it to your kids or your grandkids. Okay, they can be able to run that venture successfully and create generational wealth. You can see in America there are lots of people who have generational wealth. You see, there are a lot of farms that are like 7th generation. So it's so easy. So guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. The Actuary Farms.